Oh, look at that goodness there. That is absolutely outstanding. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today, to be honest, a simple cook. Beyond simple. We're using the slow cooker. Okay, this is an old slow cooker. It's a crock pot. It's been around forever. And I've had it a long time. Now, I recommend anybody getting a slow cooker. If you've never used one, you'll never turn back if you do get one, you know. If you want to put something on and disappear off for a few hours and come back, have a meal virtually prepped, ready for serving, get a slow cooker. If you have trouble doing a lot of cooking and standing around and anything, you know, for disabilities, anything like that, slow cookers are a fantastic piece of kit. Now, I'm not promoting this because it's way old. Anyway, we're going to make a creamy chicken and mushroom dish. So we're going to put in some thyme, and we've got a little bit of celery, a carrot, onion, and we've got mushrooms, and we've got chicken thighs. Very easy recipe, okay? So let's crack on and do it. What we'll do is prep the veg first, then fry off the chicken. I'm going to use garlic, and I know there's people, oh, garlic is not optional, but you know, some people don't like it. Leave it out. Onions, we're just going to dice on the onion, and it doesn't matter how big. This thing is going to slow cook in there. Now, you can do up to 7 to 8 hours, or you can cook quickly. About 3.5 hours. It depends on what you're making it for. You know, you could prep all this up and have a late lunch, not a problem. Onion in there. Now, this is going to be very creamy and very white. So I've got a carrot. Okay, that is going to put a little bit of orange fleck in there. You don't have to. You can just leave it creamy. Mushrooms. In there. Celery, the same. Celery optional, you know, some people don't like it. That's fine. Don't use it. Now, I've also got a little bit of leek that's left over, you know. They're the bottom of the leeks, and they were going really, I mean, I bought them reduced, and they're going really bad in the fridge. So I've trimmed them all down, and that is what I've got left. That's going in as well. Garlic, as big as small as you like. You know the drill. Done. Now this can go in with the onions. Right, mushrooms. We're making a chicken and mushroom dish. Okay, I've got a couple of mushrooms here. Again, I've got these, and I've got about 200 grams of button mushrooms. And these probably 150 grams actually on this one. But again, these were reduced. I'm having them. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to slice some, and I'm just going to half them. I want some whole mushrooms in my dish. It's entirely up to you. This I'm just going to chop up roughly. Now, if you don't like mushrooms, you're having a chicken and onion sandwich. Let's just half some of these and slice some. So basically, we're just rough chopping. We want to see mushrooms in our dish, but it's entirely up to you, you know. Right, these big things. I'll just whip that off there, look. These big things. Yeah, that'll do, anything like that, look. Okay, I'm using chicken thighs, bone in, skin on. Get whatever you can get. Only thing we got to do, they're a bit damp on the top there, look. Give them a little bit of a drying off, and then we're going to season them. Because we are going to cook that quickly in a pan to put some colour on this, because if you don't, you're going to end up with a very white cooked dish. So a little bit of salt on there, look. As much or as little as you like, you're eating it. A bit of that on there. Right, I'm actually going to put a little bit of thyme, because we're making this a thyme dish. So we're going to go a little bit of thyme on there as well. Optional, don't worry about it. But you're using thyme anyway. Right, we'll do an old-fashioned trick. We just want to dust that with a little bit of flour. Just a little bit of flour on there. Now we're using flour anyway, so just a little one of them on there. Flick it over, and we want a little bit of seasoning on this side. Now you can put paprika, you can do anything you want. Put chili on if you want to put chili on. Up to you. There we go. Wash dandies. We are doing the old butter oil. So we want some oil in there. Want some butter in there. And we want a flame on. Now there's quite a lot of butter and oil in here, but don't worry about that. Take your chicken, skin side down where we put that flour. And we will be crowding the pan, as you can see. There we go. All in there. Fry them, colour. We don't necessarily have to cook them all the way through. Fry them a little bit of colour on there. A little bit of colour both sides. Chuck them in your slow cooker. Okay, you want to be turning over. Oh yes, please. Oh, there's some goldenness there. Beautiful. Another couple of minutes on this side, out and in the crock pot. In fact, what we're going to do, we're not going to bung them straight in there. We're going to chuck all the veggies and stuff in there, put the chicken on the top. So take your chicken out, just onto a tray. Now, this is just an extra step. You don't have to do this. You can just chuck it all in that crock pot. So we got all that, and we want to be going in there with our onions and that little bit of leek that I had. I want to grab one of these sturdy things, and we're just going to give it a little whiz round. Oh, there's a little bit of fond on the bottom there, look, from the chicken skin. Bring that in. It'll come in anyway, because we're going to chuck flour in here. And we are going to add stock in there with that garlic. Now again, we're just cooking out the rawness a little bit, but we're not cooking out too much really. You know, we don't have to make an effort to cook anything out, because you're going to slow cook. In there with those veggies. Just give that a little bit in there, and then we're going to put our mushrooms in. I'm going to put some pepper in. I'm not using salt because there's salt in the chicken stock. I am going in there with some thyme. Now again, we're not trying to cook this as such. In there with the mushrooms. Little stir over. Mushrooms are going to start to release some fluid in there. There's a pan full of goodness right there. Look at that. Okay, we want to be going in there with a good tablespoon of flour. Like that. And we want to be giving that a stir in. cook off the rawness of that flour in there with that veg. It might clog up at the bottom, don't worry about it. We're going to be chucking chicken stock in. Give me your chicken stock. Give it a little stir through. Scrape up the fond off the bottom of the pan, if there is any. There you go, we've got all that goodness. I can't feel anything on the bottom. Perfect. Flame off. That's it, we don't do any more cooking, it goes in there. Try not to get splashed. Chicken on top. Oh yeah. There you go, look at that. Lid on. You select, do you want 3-4 hours or do you want 7-8 hours? Just switch it on, let it do its thing. We've had our time. I've cooked this on high because obviously we're making the video. Let's have that off there. Oh, look at that goodness going on in there. Oh, that chicken is fall off the bone. Oh yes. Right, what we need to be doing is stirring a bit of cream in here because obviously this is not creamy. It's buttery and oily from the chicken. So in we go. And another thing, this will not, I repeat, not thicken. It can't thicken. It's impossible. You would have to cook this with the lid off for another hour or more. And hopefully it would thicken. It ain't going to thicken up. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this cream in here and then we're going to add a cornstarch slurry, thicken it up, and then we can serve this over rice or mash. So a cornstarch slurry is simple. It's 1 tablespoon of cornstarch or corn flour and 1 tablespoon of water. Stir it all together, stir it in, let it thicken. Bit of rice. Oh, look at that goodness there. That is absolutely outstanding. Look at that. Oh, come on, dinner is served. Oh, all those veggies in there, look. All that flavour that's been kept inside that slow cooker. Tiny, tiny bit of chew left in the mushrooms. Oh, outstanding chicken. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. This is the beauty about using a slow cooker. Oh yes, please. Chicken mushroom sauce, here we go. Come on, it's just so easy. It's perfect comfort food. Easy to do. Get out in the garden, get out to work, come back in, meal on the table. All we did was stir some cream in. There you go. That is delightful. Absolutely fantastic. So there you go. That is so easy to do. Don't forget, share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make creamy chicken and mushroom plus veggies in the crock pot, in the slow cooker. Come on, everybody can enjoy a good meal. And if you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. We'll catch you in the next video. And don't forget, serve this with some green beans or anything like that. Unbelievable.